Hello, hello, my beautiful Geminis. Hello, welcome back. Welcome in if you're new. I am Lisa, and this is North Star Energy Healing. If you'd like shorter, quicker messages, you can catch me on TikTok under NSEH207_tarot if you'd like to do that. This is going to be a reading for December 1st to the 15th-ish. Could be a little before, a little after. And we're going to do coffee cup and cards. I've already, focused on your energy, shuffled and cleansed. I have your oracle cards and your animal oracle. We're going to get to the coffee cup, and I'm going to pull the tarot cards live with you as we go. So the coffee cups have been very sparse recently in this run of readings. So we'll see what happens with yours. Please remember this is a collective, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates for you and leave the rest. Also, please give the video a like, a thumbs up, a share, or a comment. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you, and I appreciate you for taking the time to view this video. Okay, so for Gemini, we're using my grandparents' 50th anniversary teacup for the coffee portion of your reading. So let's see what we have for my beautiful Geminis. Okay, leave the plate there for now. All right, yeah, as I told you, they've been really sparse. I don't know why. It's just really strange. All right, so I also want to mention that on December 4th is a full cold moon in your sign, Gemini. You could be feeling the energies of that full moon very, very strongly because it is in your sign. It is a cold moon because it's December, and I believe the Native Americans are the ones that gave these moons all these different names. So you could be really feeling this at the beginning of December. You could be feeling a burst of energy for your sign. You could be over communicating because that is one of your traits. You could be feeling pulled in two different directions, something like that. But let's see. All right. Okay, Spirit, what do you have for us? What do you have for us? Okay, right away I see an arrow, but the funny thing is they pointed out the arrow pointing down, and then there's an arrow going through that pointing up. So there's like two different directions, like we just were saying, that you could definitely be feeling this. You're pulled in two different ways. You're trying to make a decision about something, and there are good things about this decision, and there are good things about the other. There are pros and cons to each of these choices. So Geminis, I feel like you're really going to have your hands full, your mind full. But my suggestion and the guide's suggestion is tune into your gut. Which is the one that really makes you feel good? If there's one of those choices makes you feel fear or trepidation, or you'll know if you tune in. Okay, so that's what they're saying about that. All right, let's see. What? Trying to figure out, Spirit, what is that? Okay. So there's a person running, and he's carrying like a huge bundle, and he's also dragging a rock. It's like thinking about Jacob Marley from A Christmas Carol, where he has all those chains and boxes attached because he's just thinking and remembering. He's got guilt. He hasn't let anything go. So I really feel like they're telling you there's something. Geminis, remember this is a collective, so take it if it resonates. You're carrying a lot of burden, it's either guilt, what is this? Responsibility, guilt, feeling like you have to do things because someone expects you to do them instead of choosing to do what makes you happy. Okay, thank you, Spirit. All right. So be mindful of that. Oh my God. I see a puppy dog, the whole body, head, eyes, nose, right here. And there's another dog's face within that puppy dog. So lots of dogs and cats come through in these coffee cups. I don't know why, but if you have a dog, it could be a Dalmatian. Um, they're showing me a lot of things inside the dog. Like, you may need to take your dog to the vet. If your dog has been acting funny, I feel like either, I know this is going to be so random and it's not going to be for a bunch of people. I feel like your dog has worms. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, but I have to give you what Spirit gives me. And they're showing me this dog. He has kind of a very sad eyes, you see there? And there's all this stuff inside of his body. So some of you have a dog that needs a checkup. And if you've been feeling that, listen to your gut, okay? All right, moving on. Okay, what is this, Spirit? I see a baby crawling. This baby is crawling underneath. So here's the baby right there. Underneath all of these things that are above. It's like this baby is being watched over. And I see it because there's like a person with the hand going towards these dark clouds that are above this baby. Whoever this baby is to you, this baby is very protected. You may be that baby's protector. But all of the positive light, love, and energy is really protecting this baby, even though there are storm clouds around. That's what I'm feeling. That's the message that I'm getting. I have no idea, who this is going to resonate with. But there is some baby. It could be a grandchild, a godchild, a niece, a nephew. It could be your own child, I guess. But I'm feeling like you have some sort of role in keeping this baby protected from whatever storminess is around. I don't know if that means the parents are arguing or, oh my gosh, all right, let me, hold on a second. I got to take a sip of my coffee. Iced coffee year round, that's me. All right, let's see. What's next? This is, remember, the beginning of December, 1st to the 15th. I thought this was a sparse cup, but boy, does it have a lot of messages. What else do you have for us, Spirit? What do you have for my beautiful Geminis? Now I see a cat. I told you. It's like dogs and cats. There's a cat right there. I see its paw out to the front, ear, tail curled up. So when this happens, it means, our animals are very telepathic. They are very sensitive to the metaphysical. And, if you have a cat, if you're one of those cat owners, just remember your cat can feel your energy, can feel your vibration, even though cats sometimes don't even want to pay attention to us. We just have to love them through that because that's just their nature. That's how they are. All right, bottom of the cup. My eye is, of course, drawn to the fact that it's half black and half white, similar to yin yang, balance, right? Gemini's balance, okay? Let's see if there are any other things that jump out down there. Again, they're showing me 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 different paths coming up from the white. So it's like, you are going to have a choice. You're going to have some choices to make this December about which way you're going to go, which job you're going to take. I don't know what else, where you're going to live, something like that. You are definitely going to have that kind of a choice. But tune into your gut. Make sure that it feels right and balanced to you, Geminis, okay? All right, there's lots of water in this cup, in this plate. All right, so let's see what the message is here. Okay, yeah. I immediately see a woman, and she's got her hands up. She's wearing a dress. It reminds me of a Victorian type woman, like maybe Christmas caroling or something. That's what comes to mind right away with that, because her hands are up. It looks like she's singing. Oh my gosh, so much. liquid. Looks like she's singing. Yeah, now as everything ran out, it's disjointed. I see the head with the arms out and then another person. So one, two, and then I see a wolf right behind them. So, wolves are pack animals for sure, but they're also dangerous animals. They're predators. You could feel like you know how they say that saying, whichever wolf you feed is so good or evil, right? Light and dark. So Geminis, this is kind of a hint. Where are you putting your energy, thoughts, and time? Which wolf are you feeding, right? The positive or the negative? And we talked about that with that choice that you have to make. And we got a message of balance, okay? So just be mindful of that. Again, this feeling of Christmas caroling keeps coming up. I know 1st through the 15th, I don't know how much Christmas caroling there'll be, but now up here I see like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's like 7 people. When I was a kid, Christmas caroling was really popular. Every Christmas Eve, we did that. All the kids jumped into the back. We had like 2 trucks with bales of hay. We drive all around the town, Christmas caroling to people we know and just singing our hearts out. And it was a blast, but I really honestly don't think a lot of people do that anymore, unfortunately. Okay, let's see. What else do we have, Spirit? Christmas caroling, which wolf do you feed? The first thing I saw was a Victorian lady singing. That also could be a reminder of like what we were talking about with Jacob Marley and a Christmas Carol movie. Maybe you should watch that. If you don't watch it normally or particularly in the season, there could be some messages that you may get out of watching that, even if you've seen it before, because they keep bringing that theme up. And if you don't remember what it's about, Scrooge was very angry, very mean, and then, he almost died, and then he had these dreams where he was visited by spirits of past, present, and future. And then he had to change the way that he was living. So, and remember how you had that message of, that was the one, holding grudges or grief or guilt or pain, stuff like that you need to let go of. And we all should. We start the new year with a clean slate, right? Okay. Any other messages in here? It looks like there's way more coffee grounds in this one, but I'm just not getting a lot of, they're not giving me a lot of messages. So they're telling me there's a little tree right here and a big tree right here. And they're saying you have to nurture something to get it to grow. So you need to spend time, energy, frequency, effort. I know this might sound, well, it probably won't sound weird to anybody that watches this channel, but I have a plant that my sister gave me a cutting of, and it was growing really fantastically. And then I had some problems with it, and then it grew, and then I potted it in a bigger pot, and then it was so happy. And I also was watching Jamie Butler, the Everyday Medium, and she was talking about plants and how when they're indoor plants, you need to go over and like brush them with your hand to make them stronger and to kind of give them life, because they don't have any movement when they're out in the wild. The wind blows and all this. And I was like, wow. So I got a spray bottle, and so I spray them, and then I kind of brush them. And you would not believe how much they've grown since I started doing that. So what you nurture will grow, right? That's the message there. Okay. All right. Not feeling anything else. So just, remember or keep in mind those messages we talked about A Christmas Carol and grudges and etc., etc. Okay, let's see your oracle cards. I just draw them out and put them up there. So, excuse me, we get them together. All right. From the Magical Times Empowerment Cards by Jody Bergsma, You have friendship. Beautiful. 2 unicorns. Be with the ones who make you shine. Yeah, right. Which wolf do you feed? Don't hang around with somebody just because they're rich or famous or popular or whatever. Hang around with the people that resonate with your heart. Don't associate yourself with people because of their status, right? Listen to your gut and your heart and be around the ones that make you feel good, because that raises your vibration. Be with the ones who make you shine, who love you and really care. Keep those and let the others go. Yeah, decisions, yin yang, balance. Which wolf do you feed? So also, don't hang around people if you think that they're hanging around you for the wrong reasons, right? What do they want something from you, or are they genuinely your friend, right? And also notice all of your oracle cards are blue, right? All right. And then from The Starry Beginnings by Cassie White, this is card number 10. This is completion of a cycle and beginning of a brand new one. No longer holds power over you. Dissolve attachments of the past with love. Wow. Spirit couldn't have said it any better. We were talking about the whole letting things go already with the coffee cup and the plate and the Jacob Marley stuff. And okay, so Geminis, be around those who are genuine to you, on your end and their end, right? So if you feel like there are people that are hanging out with you for the wrong reasons, I don't know why they're giving me this scenario. Oh my gosh. For some of you. So say, you're a girl and you have a brother, like an older brother, and somebody wants to hang around you. And it could be a woman too with a brother. They're hanging around with you because they want to get introduced to your brother, or they like your brother, and you kind of know this, but you're just letting it happen. No, right? That's just not healthy. I don't know why that's just one way that type of thing can manifest. Or let's say you're really smart and you're in, I don't know, college or getting your master's degree or what have you, or maybe taking class, and somebody suddenly just wants to be your best friend. Why? Because they want to pick your brain and they want you to maybe even do their homework or do their testing. Don't hang around people like that. I don't know why Spirit is giving me those kind of scenarios, but if you're an adult, I mean, a lot of times as adults, I don't know. I have a very small circle of friends. And I don't think, in my opinion, none of them are hanging around with me for any type of nefarious reasons, but I have cut people off. There have been, 3 people that I have had to cut off the friendship. One was very negative. She was always whining. I was doing everything I could to help her. I can't even tell you the number of things I did. And then I was like, and then I had some problems at my job, and she just stopped talking to me. And then 6 months later, she comes knocking at my door crying, saying how sorry she is that she didn't stand by me when I was going through those issues at work, because we were coworkers. And why did she come by? She wanted something. And so I was so hurt by that. And I was like, wow, I guess we need to stay cut off, right? So she first stopped talking to me, really. And then I can't even tell you the number of things I did. Drove 3 hours to move all of her stuff when nobody else would help her, and she didn't dare to drive a U-Haul. Gave her a phone because her phone was broken and this and that. I mean, you can't. So anyway, that's how I got rid. So that as an adult, yeah, and I was in my early 40s when that happened. And then I had another person who was always inviting me over, and then, like, oh, do you want to come over for dinner? And then I'd get there, and she'd be like, oh, by the way, we've got to throw hay in the barn before we eat. Or, inviting me to go out to lunch and then saying, oh, I got to stop by and pick up hay at this farm. or some like it was always like there was something to do, and I was like, does this person really want to be with me, or are they just calling me up because they need help? So yeah, as an adult, I have had to cut people off because I figured out that it wasn't me they wanted. It was either my physical work or my, whatever I could give them, whatever they could suck me dry of. I'm trying to. There's a third one, but I can't remember it right now. I've talked about these scenarios before when it's been appropriate in a reading. Jeepers creepers. All right, that's 2. Okay. All right, my beautiful Geminis. I didn't even look at these because I was talking and blabbing. So let's see what spirit brings you to build on the which wolf do you feed, balancing things out, letting things go, and hanging out with the right people. The 8 of Pentacles. Pentacles are your material things, how you pay your bills. And obviously it shows him building these, and he's got them all lined up on the tree. This card is a little bit different in this deck than it is in other decks. 8s are mastery and infinity. He has really mastered this skill, and he is really proud of what he has done, right? And that is, so there is something, Geminis, that you have mastered. You really know how to do this. You really feel good when you do it. And so that could be a hint to say, keep doing the thing that makes you feel good, whatever it is for you. Hanging Man. I love this so, so much, right? The Hanging Man is number 12, which is a 3, creation and collaboration. Creation, collaboration with friends, true friends. This guy is hanging upside down so he can see things in a different perspective. This goes right back to what we were talking about in you beginning to realize either what you really want, what your choice is going to be, or who's around you and why, or who you are around and why, right? Different perspective. It's also being comfortable in your own skin. He's just hanging there loosely. His arms are out. He doesn't have a care in the world. Being comfortable with who you are. If you have to pretend to be something to someone so they will want to spend time with you, you need to stop doing that right now, Geminis, okay? All right, and then you have the 10 of Swords. Another 10, completion, new beginning, right? Now, swords are communication. This guy has been under attack verbally, right? Or through text or, emails or text messages or from the boss. So communication, but under attack. This is what I'm feeling from this card right now in this reading. It's not typically what I say, but I have to give you what my guides give me. So this guy has been verbally attacked. Now, you may or may not know this, okay, Geminis? So you're going to really need to feel into those people that you're hanging out with. And if somebody is attacking you, remember what Spirit said. Be okay with being who you are. It doesn't matter if people like it or not. Then you have the 4 of Cups. This is an opportunity that you don't see because you're feeling too comfortable with this. And they're giving me, and oh my God, they're saying, here are these people you're hanging out with right here, but there is a potential really good friend whose heart is in the right place, who wants to be around you, right? And you're not seeing that because you're staying in your comfort zone. I don't know why this is so much about friendship, but it was the first oracle card that came out, Geminis. And I know this won't resonate for everyone, but honestly, we could all take time to take a good look at who are we, hanging around with? Where are we putting our efforts? Is there somebody that is overtaxing you, right? So just think about that. Judgment. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So Judgment is 20, which is a 2. Balance, choice, right? Judgment is being called to action. You see how these people are all gathered? This person is asking them to do something. So you may be asked to do something, to volunteer, to give money, to work overtime, to help a friend, to do something. and you may not feel really comfortable doing it, is what I'm feeling. That and you're going to, so this guilt thing is going to come into play here. I had to get a sip of my coffee. Somebody, Geminis, may be asking you to do something, and in your gut, you're feeling like, oh, I don't want to do this for whatever reason. It could be dangerous. It could be driving a long way. It could be helping somebody spy on their boyfriend. I don't know why that's coming up. But whatever it is, in your gut, you don't feel like you should really do it. And you're finding it difficult to say no, okay? I'm just trying to feel in to see if there's something else. So they're giving me something is going to come up, and it's either difficult to say no or difficult to say yes. So for some of you, you're going to be asked to do something, and you're going to want to say no, and you're finding it hard to say no. For some of you, somebody's asking you something and you want to say yes, but it's going to affect something else. So you're kind of on the fence about saying yes. Wow, this is such an involved reading. I would love to know how this all plays out for you. And then you have the Nine of Pentacles. This is generational wealth. So you started the reading with an Eight of Pentacles, putting in a lot of work. You end the tarot portion with the 9, accomplishment. You've added more, right? You had the 8 of Pentacles all lined up on the tree. Now you have 9. So this is progression in what you're creating, okay? It doesn't have to be money. Whatever you're creating for yourself, it could be studies, it could be classes, it could be something new that you're learning, it could be where you're spending your time. Like maybe you have to volunteer so many hours and you're getting almost to the end of that. Don't ask me why that came in, but it did. So there's something that you are accomplishing, and it's going in stages. So 8 of Pentacles, feeling comfortable in your own skin, seeing it in a different perspective, being attacked verbally, either in conversation, text, something like that. There is an opportunity for you to have some sort of friend or coworker, somebody who is really like-minded to you, but you're not seeing it because you're too comfortable with who you're hanging out with, and this person has good intentions. And then you have that Judgment, being called to action, called to do something, difficult to say no for some of you, difficult to say yes for others. And then that beautiful 9 of Pentacles, where you've built things up. Your frequency has built up. You've built up either savings, maybe you've built up a lot of time off at work and you need to take a vacation, but something you've worked at and worked on in your material, right, life. Now you have another 8. You had that 8 of Pentacles, and now you have number 8, Dolphin. Be playful and seek fun in life. Yeah, everything can't always be work, 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 or overthinking things, right? So the Dolphin is here to remind you to be playful and seek fun in life. Don't overthink everything, right, Geminis? But do think about this message. Definitely who you're hanging out with, definitely what guilt or burdens you're carrying that you need to let go and have a clean slate about, right? All right, well, I truly hope this has helped. I would love it if you would comment and let me know how this resonated with you, which part of it resonated with you. And then I will be back with end of December readings. I'm trying to definitely get each sign out twice a month now. That's my goal. Okay, lovely Geminis, peace and kindness.